So this is the controls in a Cat 140H grader. We'll go over the foot controls first. So this side is the clutch, brake, then accelerator. And in addition to the accelerator, you've also got a hand throttle beside the shifter here. So that way you can just, if you're just blading a road continuous, you can just set your hand throttle to whatever, and that way you don't have to have your foot on the pedal the whole time. Shifter parks in the middle, then forward and reverse 8-speed. And first thing we'll go over is just the table lock. Just move the blade out so you can see. So the switch is just below the shifter. You just gotta jiggle your table around. You'll get a light saying that it's unlocked. And there's also a gauge right here showing you which pin position you're gonna drop into. Actually, we'll go one more. Just so you get a really nice view of the blade. So we'll just go over the controls. Bottom row is your main row. Starting on the outside on both sides, it's your blade cylinder up and down for lift. So left is your left cylinder, right is your right cylinder. And one of the big problems that you got to get used to on the graders, because the blade's so long that if you drop the right hand side down, it's going to pick the left hand side up a bit. So you got to compensate by using both of them at the same time. And then we've also got side shift button. Just side shifts your blade in and out. And then right next to it is your circle rotation. And you use those two in conjunction with each other, whichever way you're adjusting. In addition to your blade side shift, you've also got a table side shift, which moves the whole table around. What that allows you to do is just change how the force of the blade is pulling on the frame of the grader for steering reasons, and you just want to try and keep it in the middle all the time just so it's easier on your frame. And then the other lever in the middle here on your right hand side is for your wheel tilt. You can use that for steering in tight corners, and you can also use it to compensate for some of the load on the blade. For example, if you have your blade like this, it's going to try and skate across the ground, so you'll lean your wheels like this to compensate. That's not always the case. Sometimes you've got a lot of load on the back of your blade rather than the front, so it'll actually pull it the other way, so then you tilt your wheels the other way to compensate. Like I said, it depends on what you're doing and where the load is on the blade. Your next row, these are really just for accessories. You're running a grader with a snow wing or something like that, you can have them on those, or a front scarifier, that would be this one. The only ones we really use in earth moving is these two and the one on this side. This one will be for your ripper up and down. This is for your blade curl, so that adjusts how much the dirt rolls on your blade. So if you're doing a heavy cut, you want to roll it all the way back, so it basically just slides the dirt across your blade. If you're doing, say, a gravel road or something where you want to turn it to mix in the fines and the heavier gravel, then you want to roll it forward a bit and straighten your blade a bit more so it actually rolls it and mixes it up nice. You can use that for drying out dirt as well. And then this one on your right hand side, it's for your articulation. It articulates just behind the cab, and what that does is if you're up on a slope, you want to keep your bottom down below, you can articulate your front wheels out, so you have your blade on the slope, your front wheels on the top, and your tandems at the toe of the slope, or turning, stuff like that, sharp turning. And a lot of the time you'll end up doing multiple functions at good to have long fingers, because a lot of the times you're going to run the outside blade with your pinky, and then when you're adjusting your circle and your blade, you're going to have to use your middle finger and your thumb all together at once. And for the first bit, it's a bit intimidating, but once you run it for a couple hours, you just kind of remember what everything does, and you're just watching your blade and your hands just do what you need to do. So we'll just unlock the circle again. Bring it back to the middle, lock it back in. Oh, there we go. So 140H grader, complicated but simple at the same time.